had to play this. So here's a song about, I was talking about that Chevy that rolled $500,000. Well, we'll put this out to the other vehicles. There was a couple half-size school buses in the 90s that the Hermit used to travel in. But tonight we actually dedicate this song to the Carlton 4 years of good times, good music, hospitality, and a meeting place to see your friends and sing some songs. Song for clubs that keep on ticking and vehicles that hopefully get you where you gotta go. So listen up, kids. It's not what you think. Stayed out too late. Had a little too much to drink. Walked home, crossed the bridge when the marquee shut down. There's a reason that I love this town. Nobody cares how much money you have. If you've got enough to get in a cab, there'll be drinks on the house if your house burns down. There's a reason that I love this town. I saw your band in the early days. We all understand why you moved away, but we'll hold a grudge anyway. Yes, we will. For years and years and years. I shot the shit with miniature Tim. If he needs a hit, I could write one for him. We like the same books and we like the same sounds. There's a reason that I love this town. But as I've discovered, they're not all the same. And if they treat you wrong, take the nightly opportunity to pay them back in song. I played a show in Kelowna last year. They said, pick it up, Joe. We're dying in here. Picture one hand clapping, now picture half that sound. There's a reason why I hate that town. If you saw my band in the early days, we were called Thrush Hermit Ladies. You understand why we moved away. Wait, we decided we'd stay. Yeah, but you held a grudge anyway, because it's fun. And that is why we hold our grudges. That's why I hold them anyway, because they're fun. They're for entertainment purposes now. They transform over time. But the funny thing is that Kelowna verse didn't come out of nowhere. It goes back to the Hermit days when we were touring. We had several vehicles. We had our first vehicle in 1993 was a camper van that we named Eddie. And it was such a short-lived vehicle that we decided never to name a vehicle again. It was just sad when they died, you know? We had a name for it. It was a camper van. He made it to Ontario barely. And then we bought a half-size school bus in St. John, New Brunswick, and we kitted that out with gear space in the back and some bunks. I'll tell you about the bunks at the next, at the Carlton's 8th year anniversary. That's another story unto itself. They all had names. You can name the bunks, you can't name the vehicles. You can name the bunks. Anyway, yeah, we had this half-size school bus. We toured all around North America, and that was cool. And then that eventually had to be retired, and so we bought a motorhome off Sloan. And what a fucking lemon that truck was. We've been in it. It was like, wow, this amazing dressing room on wheels. Little did we know that it didn't go anywhere. And but it still ate gas even when it wasn't rolling. It was remarkable. Holy shit. And it had we had a video game system in it, and I can just remember sitting out in front of so many clubs asking for jump starts at the end of the night when the fans would show up. The battery was always dead. Anyway, we got through that, and then we bought another half-size school bus from St. John, the same guy. Went up there and bought another one, kitted that out, toured around in it, broke up, sold it to the Burdocks. Went on to be Dog Day, right? So I don't know if that van's still around. That was legendary. So anyway, there was all these vans. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, I was in that last truck that we pulled into the parking lot of a club called Flashbacks in Kelowna, and the year was 1998. And I was like, flashbacks. I'm flashing back to it right now, and it still feels like the wrong place to be. But we, you know, like, just trying to stay positive. We played some pretty rough gigs over the years. We played at like a microbrewery that felt like an East Side Mario's in Kansas City one time. It was demoralizing. Worst gig ever. But then we loaded into Flashbacks, and I think they were determined to try and top the worst gig ever experienced. And so we set up in there, you know, ready to rock it on a Wednesday night in a dance club in Kelowna. And so, you know, there's like 20 people pinned at the back of the room, not paying attention while we played this set, you know, and we were rocking out, but nobody cared. And the promoter, I remember, she came up to me during the show. I was singing this song called We Are Being Reduced from the last Thrush Hermit record, and she said, "Pick it up, we're dying in here." And I was like, oh, God, okay. You know, but whatever, that was bad enough. But after the show, we packed up our gear, and we were getting ready to get out of there, and this big guy came up to me. This is like, big, you know, strong guy, and he's like, "Hey, man, were you in the band?" Like, really positive. "Were you in the band?" I was like, "Yeah, I was." He goes, "You fucking sucked." I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna sing about you and your town nightly. I'm gonna sing about you. But the irony is, okay, so then I record this song and I put it on La Di Da, and I tour. So leading me to my next vehicle, which was a '98 Camry that I still ride around. And my father-in-law Alton, he found it on the West Coast. So me and Pete Elkis, we flew out to play the West Coast on the La Di Da tour, and I bought this '98 Camry. And we toured 6 weeks across Canada going one way. So we played multiple nights everywhere, and we hung out for a week in Wakefield. But en route, my agent called me and said, "Would you like to play the Big White Ski Resort?" And I said, "Where's that?" He said, "Just outside Kelowna." I said, "Sign me up." So he said, "How does 2 nights sound?" I said, "Exceptional." So anyway, we loaded our gear in there, you know, like I was ready to rock it for Kelowna again, you know, and so we go into this bar. They don't even have mic cables. We have to go into town and buy these mic cables and set up this PA by ourselves. There's not a sound man, so we set up and we're ready to just do it for this ski resort, you know, we're gonna lay it down. And 70 totally hammered snowboarders just partied through the whole thing. They didn't pay one attention. I sang the song, no one even noticed. And at the end, they cranked up Enter Sandman by Metallica and started slam dancing. And so we went down to the band room, and we were just like, shit, oh man, this is demoralizing. We got 2 nights, and so Pete just drew some graffiti on the wall behind a Kokanee sign, and we packed up the van and packed up the Camry, I should say, and got the hell out of there. But, you know, I've been back since, but I guess the moral of this story is you treat every vehicle, yeah, well, no, Kelowna, well, I have in-laws in Kelowna, so this song is controversial, but yeah, you know, confidentially, it does suck, yeah. Anyway, you treat every vehicle like it's going to get you where you got to go, and you treat every show, no matter where you are, like it's the last night of the tour. That's what I'm talking about. So I sing it now. I sing, Davy and me, face down in our soup, in some French restaurant outside Rivière du Loup. The last night of the tour, and we rocked that joint to the ground. And we sing it, all of us together, in Halifax, Nova Scotia. There's a reason that I love this town. Yes! I like that! There's a reason that I love this town. Louder for the Carlton. There's a reason that I love this town. One more time, even louder. There's a reason that I love this town. That's what I'm talking about.